Hey guys, Cardmaster Phoenix here, coming back at you with my updated Gurguit deck profile. I don't know, I just had to update this for a friend who loves Gold Paladins, diehard fan of them. The main reason I'm updating this is I did make a few changes, actually quite a few, and also because I feel, now again, I could be incorrect on this, but I just feel that Gurguit decks get better when you update them to the new era, because BTO 7 really did change the meta. Dimension Police, Gold Paladins, you got Dark Irregulars to an extent, Kagero, well, not so much Kagero, but Blade Master mainly, became a lot more meta because apparently the cards I see all the time came out literally in the last set, so, whatever. Also, I heard rumors about SGD getting more support in set 8, which I hope and pray is not true, because that's not broken enough as it is. Anyway, let's hop straight into this deck profile. First off, we have 20 grade zeros. Our starter is Bashkal. The reason being is I did compare this to Coel, and I just feel that it's easier to pull off because, especially against the Kagero matchup when you are facing down a Gatling Claw Dragon, you can just straight up use this as fast as you want. In fact, you can ride and then use this card if you really wanted to. But the best part about it is you can use it right away, and it still gets you an even better benefit if you wait till GB1. So you can either do it instantly for, well, instantly to semi-instantly for a decent effect, but you won't have to worry about not getting it, or because it'll be retired, or you can wait till GB1 and risk it for the biscuit, and then get the entire skill, which is good. Anyway, I just feel that there's way too many net decks going on where they're all using the same starter and the same lineup and everything. This really is a unique Gurguit deck profile. I mean, it's just so slow because he has to wait for GB1, as compared to Bashkal, who does it instantly, and you just get a ton of extra pressure with the 10k guard having to be used since, you know, a 5 isn't enough, and at times could even make a game changer. I'm not gonna lie, Koella is a decent second backup starting Vanguard if you don't like Bashkal. I just use this guy. But yeah, I really do put in hours into this, so please at least give it the benefit of a doubt by play testing it before you say it's bad, because this deck has actually won me some games. Though I will not lie, having a mini Gurguit per se is just awesome. So it is good to be running Coel, but I just think Bashkal is better. But again, comes down to opinion. For our 16 triggers, of course, we have 4 critical triggers. I mean, obviously, we're playing for Scarface Lion. He's the only critical trigger you should be playing in a Gurguit deck. I mean, assuming you're only playing one set of criticals. Then we have 8 stand triggers. We have Gigantic Ringer. We use this guy because when you superior call from your deck, which can be pretty much straight after stride. So say you have this guy on your field for whatever reason, and then you superior call a Paramore goes off, and then this goes off, and then you put him on top of the deck, and then shuffle the deck, draw a card, 5k power, and that's just awesome. I mean, especially at Burly it's insane combo powers and wombo combos and everything. Again, same reason we use Bash Call, just a bit slower. You still get the free draw, you still get 5k bonus, and I would say it's the best stand in the entire clan. 4, Player of the Holy Pipe, Gary. I was originally running 8 of the crits, because, again, that would mean we'd influence crits more so than stands, which would mean we draw into them more, but, well, get more crits and stands. Which, of course, I've expressed many times how I feel about crits as opposed to stands. However, both of the stands have a better ability, and it's just better to run the stands in this deck than the criticals, I feel. He's a Unite 7k booster, and after he attacked or boosted, put him into the solo countercharge. So he's basically the same amount of use as Flame of Victory would be, because Fav would just go straight into Soul for 3k, and this gains the 3k, only it stays on field, so I just feel it's better. And I looked through some of the rest of the cards, and I mean, again, you don't even go -1, plus you still get the, keep them on the field, and then, yeah, I mean, that's just it. I'm sorry, I know that you really, really want to play the crits, but I'm telling you, this honestly is so much better. I promise you. Anyway, moving on, we have our 4 heals, which of course is Curable Angel. I just did this because it's kind of a modern heal. I mean, it's not like a super old one from 2012 or whatever. Main reason that we're using this, though, is, well, you know, I mean, it really is way too strong. I mean, it is. Anyway, moving on, you have the thing that makes this deck so unique, 3 copies of Kungl. I was running it at 4, but I decided to cut it down to 3 because it's not that big a difference, and we still have the room we need for all the other cards in the deck. And then, basically, when you guard with it, it goes straight to Soul, which helps build up for Gurguit, which is amazing, because we all know how many times that we've struggled getting that Soul Blast for Gurguit, right? Anyway, moving on, we have 12 grade 1s. 4 of the Stride Fodder, Pitch to Stride, Stride Enabler, whatever you want to call him. Also, he heralds out Gurguit, who's a master unit. This unit's a heralder. You can just read the first ability if you don't really understand what that means. It's just Vanguard lingo. Anyway, I just really, moving back to Kungl, I just feel that not many people actually use extra grade 0s, nor do I. I just feel he's amazing to the deck. It's unique. I don't see this card in any other decks. Helps out Gurguit. The aforementioned net decking is definitely a problem, and it helps GB2. It's easy to acquire because here's a 2-for-1 bonus, and you just G-assist, and, well, there you go. You got your GB2. Honestly, I'd probably reveal either a Scourge Point and a Brachus, or 2 Brachus, or something like that. Also, that would set up a Screw You play for when they get the grade 3, but wouldn't make that big a difference again anyway. Counterblasting, super easy. We got many on flippers. We save damage intentionally for that. And even if it cuts in the early skills, skills earlier on, it doesn't matter because build Soul in case you want to use it more than once. Because technically you can spam Gurguit provided you can pay the cost. I believe the maximum you can do it is maybe 3 times in one turn, but you wouldn't really do that anyway. I mean, anyway, moving on, we do have 4 copies of Sunshine Knight Jeffrey. I was debating whether to keep this card at 4 or put it at 3. But this card's a better ride target than Gorbaduck because you want to keep him as your stride fodders. Because he'll be your main source for striding. You might use one to call the rear guard to herald out Gurguit, as earlier mentioned. And then, of course, you have a few extra Gurguits in case you really need to stride, but you can't find the units to. But besides just being your main ride, you also have it as a booster, which is nice because it goes into the soul. Again, building the soul, and you draw a card, so that's very, very, very nice. Next up, we do have 4 Holy Mage Bridery. Counter charge is just a fancy way of saying you unflip one. More X amount of damage, usually being 1, but sometimes it's 2. Candace is an option, but I just prefer to make certain that I can always devastate with Gurguit whenever I want to. I mean, and her being in the top 4 just isn't really optimal. And I was considering 2 of each, but then I realized that we counterblast way more than we countercharge, which essentially, I mean, it makes this guy mandatory, really. It really does. So, I'm sorry, but we just need it. I believe Gold Paladins have a new, Perfect Guard, that has Sentinel and an extra effect. For example, Escort Dragon Attendant Reyes and Grand Leaf, they both return the hand. I'm thinking Gold Paladin might have one like that, I'm not sure. But I'll still say that we should be running this guy for the counter charge. Moving on, we have 11 grade 2s. We have 4 copies of Knight of Springs Light Paramore. We want more of this guy, since it's better in my opinion. It's extreme conservative, and it's a great combo chain if you can call it via Holy Mage, or if you can use Paramore to combo off Holy Mage. Either way, it's just great, and it can lead to half a field made legitimately in half a field and half a turn. It's just awesome. But your main hope is that Unite's active by the time this guy's out. Otherwise, you're not really doing too well. 3 Holy Mage Poel. He starts chain combos with Paramore. A bit worse, which is why we run 3 of him and 4 Paramore. Not only is he required to attack, making him a bit slower, because it'll be longer into the turn, but also just he's required to attack the Vanguard, and I know that sometimes you'll want to be attacking a certain rear guard or just popping something, which is why we run 3 of him and 4 of Paramore. Moving on, we have 2 copies of Knight of the Faint Sun, Marcia. Only 2 because, yes, countercharging super nice, but so many of our cards do that. Because, yes, less of our cards countercharge than they do counterblast, but we still have a lot of cards that countercharge, so, because, you know, the 4 Perfect Guards, the 4 Gary, the 2 of this, that's 10 cards alone. But still, we do want to keep our deck running as smoothly as possible. So, again, 2 copies of Save Room. And she does have the C-Stamp Water skill, so it's nice because they'd have to waste an attack to kill her, since it can't kill her with effects, because that's legitimately the only way to kill her. So, that's pretty nice. Moving on, we have the new tech card that I added in. 2 copies of Brawl. We just use him for columns because he hits hard. We can spam insane numbers in the deck. Finally, moving on to the grade 3s. We have 7 of them in here. We have 4 Sunrise Ray Knight Gurguit. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, GB2. Check top 4 for a superior guard. And then Counterblast 1 when your unit strides. Search top 4. Superior call 1, 2k until end of turn. Shuffle deck. And then that, and if you get a Paramore and then you Counterblast and you call another card, and then you can just combo and combo and combo and combo and combo. One of my favorite combos to use is go into ride Gurguit, go into Abracus, and then that's Counterblast 1, Superior Call, and then Abracus skill, Counterblast, Soul Blast, Superior Call, Paramore skill, Counterblast, Superior Call, and it's just insane. It really is. Moving on, we do have, I guess he is obviously a main grade 3, and, it's so obvious, but you have no clue how many people miss it. This guy's not a Liberator. You don't have Liberators in your deck here. Please, please do not try using Blaster Blade or whatever you try doing in here. Please don't. Ezo cards, I just don't really run them, because I don't think I'll ever get the room, nor do I really want to. Mithril and Blue Flames, pointless in the Stride deck. Finally, we have the card I'm most salty about, Dongle. It's Generation Break 1 and Unite. This unit gets Intercept, and when it does Intercept, it gets 5k shield. So it's a 5k Interceptor, which is pretty nice, but you're mainly using him for his second skill. When he is card on the rear guard, he gets boosted until end of turn. So, I am going to get a personal meeting with Miyazaki. And first, I'm going to tell him, thank you for making Dark Souls a thing. I also hate you for all the echoes and all the souls and all the everything I've lost. And along with also, of course, the use of my life I've spent playing them. Anyway, also, I'm going to go up to Bushy Road at that same time, and I'm going to throw the main CEO out of the window, and then I will jump out of that window and be punching him all the way until he lands and use him as a body shield and say, that's what you get for making Dongle. No, I'm kidding, but seriously, I'm just going to go ahead and go into this real fast. I'm not going to lie about it. It's stupid, horrible excuse for a winning card. No grade 3 should be able to intercept or boost. And definitely, to the moon and back, shouldn't be able to do both. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. Now, the reason I hate this card so much is you'll ride Gurguit, stride Gurguit, Gurguit skill, Counterblast, Superior Call, Paramore skill, Counterblast, Superior Call, and then here's the part that I hate so much. Call 3 Dongle. They all get boost. Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 2, Generation Break 2. 5k to everything. That's 3 rear guards that have 15k boosting. Don't forget that he's getting insane 25,000. And you can spam it again. That is the entire back row of 20k boosters. And that's 50,000 to him. So yeah. I'm sorry. Just no. Moving on to the stride units, we of course have 12. We have 1 Air Element Sea Breeze. It kind of helps with SGD and just anybody who plays the grade 2 game. Personally, I'm not sure if I really like it, because I feel it's mean to punish someone who's already behind, because, let's be honest, in today's meta, they've probably already lost because of it, but anyway, some of us are just meaner than others, because some of us are worse to people in children's card games than we are in real life. Prince King. Anyway, I just feel that Counterblasting 2 is just, it's kind of a Counterblast heavy unit, just for taking advantage of an opponent's failure to get a ride. I mean, anyway. Next up, 1 copy of Fast Chase Golden Knight Campbell. When it hits, you can search top 4, or, no, I'm sorry, top 5. Superior Call, 2k. I would say it's a mini Gurguit, but it's a grade 4, so it's a bigger Gurguit, I guess. I feel it's pretty agreeable because this card's only at 1 because, yeah, your opponent's generally gonna let your first stride, or at least one of your stride attacks go through. But after that, he or she will probably have the necessary guard afterwards. And being a grade behind you, you just, you want to kind of catch up with them and deal them a lot of damage. So, one of this card. Moving on, we have 2 Scorch Point Dragon. I honestly don't know how it's effective, but again, from the POV of a guy who plays Genesis and Kagura only, I'm guessing you guys would know. I just feel it's better to stride into Abracus or Gurguit, but, I mean, I guess if you just want, Van, I don't know, because Gurguit does a way better job of that than this card. I don't know. I honestly don't know why we went Scourge Point, but, I guess if it's so meta and there's nothing else to run, I mean, why not? Then one Golden Dragon Spear Cross Dragon. Kind of Blast 2, again, it's pretty heavy, and, I'm sorry, I totally messed this up. Not 23, come on. Anyway, I'm sorry, Run, Scourge Point, and 2 Spear Cross, because Kind of Blast 2, and Generation, Persona Blast, Generation Flip, whatever you want to call it. And then when it's placed on Vanguard, if you have at least 1 card in your G-Zone, look at the top 5 cards and then call 1 for each card in your G-Zone, which will easily make half a field. I mean, you really want to only use this card in an emergency like Breeze. I made sure that I took the initiative to make sure that you have it if you need it, but generally Abracus is much more safe. But again, if you are desperate for field control, he helps immensely. But again, you might want to wait till you have a few strides beforehand anyway. My friend, consider it a last resort, alright? Because I suck at a ton of stuff, alright, man? But I'm good at Card Fight Vanguard. If there's only 2 things I'm good at, it's Card Fight Vanguard and Bloodborne. So, bro, don't be going and telling me that you're gonna just be striding into this like no guys, no guys Happy Friday, alright? It's not happy hour. This guy's a fire alarm. You do not pull him unless it's an emergency. I mean, you really don't want to use him just to build field, but again, when you go into him, you're wasting a turn that you could be going in Abracus or Gurguit. But yeah, I'm sorry, because I'll admit I tinkered a lot with your deck, meaning you'll have to change the TCG player card a lot. Anyway, moving on, you also have 3 copies of the second to best MVP in the deck, Golden Knight of Incandescence Abracus. Kind of last one, last one when placed in the Vanguard. Top 2 cards, Superior Call, put the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. Do not shuffle. Do not shuffle. I need you guys to remember, you do not shuffle this. If it doesn't say shuffle in particular on the card itself, you don't shuffle. Amazing cards. I'm sorry. It's an amazing card. Use it 2 turns or so at least once before going into your main stride. Build field, start getting that Unite skill active. Much less risky Spear Cross. Finally, you have the big boss in main stride, the ruler and protector, and savior gold pylons, your most annoying son of a gun ever created. This guy. Poof. Ta-da! Anyway, Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 2, 5k for each of your rear guards, it's 25k, and all your rear guards gain 5k. I feel it's pretty self-explanatory where I reuse him. Just making sure I haven't missed any effects or explanations on why we use certain cards. Anyway. Yeah. Moving on to the G Guardians, we are, of course, running 4 of them. This also is kind of a weird list, but I just feel it's much smarter. We are running 2 Metal Element Screw You, just because generally you won't be G-guarding, or you won't be needing to, before the opponent has their grade 3. Anyway, Plus, I mean, it's just the 5K really can make a difference between victory and defeat. So, yeah. That's for everyone. This guy, I mean, you would have strode at least once before using him anyway. And then just discard's no problem. Because we get that off Bash Golf for free anyway. Anyway, also we run 2 Dismal. Honestly, I'd only run 1 of him and 3 of Screw You, but whatever. Just because everybody and their mother's using this as a meta/tech card. I don't see it, but I suppose it does protect your cards from Kagura and Narukami, so whatever. Anyway, guys, that's it for the Gurguit deck profile. I do hope that you guys enjoy. This has been Cardmaster Phoenix. Thank you guys for watching and supporting and keeping the comments clean and nice and positive and everything. You guys are all amazing. This has been Cardmaster Phoenix. You guys are all awesome. Thank you. This is Cardmaster Phoenix signing out. See you guys next time.